Good morning to everyone. Today is August the 18th, 2015, approximately 8:22 a.m. Charleston, Missouri time. My name is Raymond Lewis Ivy. I live in Charleston, Missouri, which is called Southeast Missouri, the Boot Heel, one of the most prejudiced places that I have been in my 57 years on the face of this earth. Don't get me wrong, don't misquote me. I don't think all white people in this area are prejudiced or white supremacists, but there's no doubt or contradiction in my mind, not just in my mind, but factual documents that I have, that the Charleston R1 school district in Charleston, Missouri is ran and operated by white supremacists with blacks on their payrolls. One being Irvin Johnson, the school's director of transportation. The other one being Frank Ellis, the assistant principal for the Warren Hearns, E. Hearns Elementary School, which is a part of the Charleston R1 school district. We can't forget about the police department here in Charleston, Missouri, or North City Hall. The police department is ran by Robert Hearns, known as Bobby Hearns, who's the chief and the director of the police department and the fire department. If you look at some of my YouTube videos, you would see that he's not only unqualified, he's untrained. You go to some of the scenes that I have videoed of some of these crime scenes or shootings, and you'll see for yourself. Pictures and videos don't lie. We can't forget the NAACP president here in Charleston, Missouri, Arthur Cassell, who been the president 20 of the 19 years. The whole time that I've been down here in this town, he's been the president. Check his record. Check the people that he's honoring here. One of them I'm finna mention now, Lester Gillespie. Black. The last three that I done mentioned, or four that I done mentioned, is black. Lester Gillespie worked for the Suzanne Wesley Center, which used to be located in East Prairie, Missouri. Now, the G&H Furniture Company, who just went out of business this year, gave up the building that they had, which was right next to the Church Holy Trinity of Deliverance, who wanted to buy the building, but they gave it to the Suzanne Wesley Learning Center, which is 601 West Marshall Street in Charleston, Missouri. That's another one of their locations so they can house food to get more grant money for the children, or have so-called programs as if they're concerned about the children in the community. Wherever the grant money stops, that's what they stop doing for the children. The other location that Lester Gillespie and them have with the Suzanne Wesley Center is 700 South Elm Street. They changed it to Cy Williams Drive, which is in Charleston, Missouri, which is the old Lincoln School, where blacks was the only place blacks could go to school at, because the whites didn't want them to go to the Charleston, Missouri high school until two children by the name of Davis that was going to the Lincoln School, they decided to file suit. Law firm in St. Louis, Missouri represented them against the Charleston R1, the Charleston School District then. Back in 1961, they won in the courts. The law firm that's still here that was representing Charleston, as if there was no racism going on, was Banner and Banner. I'll leave it at that. But then we want to go with Sherry Maxwell. She's black. She works for the Lincoln University the Sykes and Missouri extension. Jesse White, I ask you because I respect you. I grew up around you. Secretary of State in the state of Illinois, living in Chicago, Illinois. Stop sending your tumblers down here to Sherry Maxwell and Lincoln University to tumble here in Charleston, Missouri. I've seen him twice. I haven't seen him in the last couple of years since I've been complaining about Sherry Maxwell. All these people is help oppressing blacks, oppressing the activists that's standing up against all wrong, against the blacks and whites. They block individuals like me and others out of meetings when people from the outside come in so our voices can be suppressed, won't be heard. So I'm forced to make these YouTube videos, but I want you to listen to them because I'm telling you things that's facts. Let's tell you something recent. I told you about the people that Sherry Maxwell and Lester Gillespie hired. Not all. I told you to stay focused, especially the United States Department of Justice, the FBI, the Obama administration. Focus on these people because they have politicians. Democrats run this here, but they're not caring about the wrong that's being done down here. Focus on these people because they have power. The chief of police, his uncle, Warren E. Hearns, I have nothing bad to say about him because I didn't know him, but Warren E. Hearns was the governor here. May he rest in peace. He passed away a few years ago. His wife, Betty Hearns, is still alive, is a former Missouri state representative. They have power in Jefferson City. They have power some places in Washington. Look at some of the police that work on the force. They have power. They family members and school board members. Family members have 20 years in city hall management. But my point is, I'm trying to tell y'all, hear the voices of those that's not being heard. Don't wait till somebody get murdered. Looking back, I believe April 11th, 2015, just 42 miles south of here in a town called Malden, Missouri, where the first black woman and first black African-American, Tyus Bird, was elected mayor. Look what the whites did. The city attorney resigned, deleted everything out of the computer. The city clerk resigned, deleted everything out of the computer. The wastewater man resigned. I want to tell you about on Thursday, August the 13th, 2015, about 2:30 p.m. when me and my two daughters was walking to the post office in Charleston, Missouri on South Main Street, when a lady was driving down the street according to the law, and a guy that worked for Lester Gillespie and them, that people in the town know don't have any driver's license. So if he working for them, he transfer, he going to Town and Country Food Market here in Charleston, Missouri to go get bread and other food for the Suzanne Wesley Learning Center for Lester, knowing he don't have driver's license, bringing food and things to the food site at in the back of 702 Vine Street in Charleston, which is the police substation, which is unmanned, no one in it. But this man hit a lady in behind, knocked her at least a block or half a block. Then he tried to get away, but his vehicle disabled him. Then he got out and ran. He fled. These are the people that work for Lester Gillespie. They went to his job at 700 Elm Street or South Williams Drive, where Lester Gillespie be at with him, but he didn't show up. You know why he didn't show up. He think that nobody see him. God is revealing. This same man lied on May the 19th, 2015, when me and my cameraman was videoing this town and the corrupted blacks and whites, Leslie Gillespie, Sherry Maxwell, Auntie Cassell, and at the Lincoln School, or which is now called the C.F. Bowen Civic Center. We was in the parking lot videoing and speaking about Lester. The same guy that hit this lady and ran with no driver's license, he seen us and went in and got Lester. Lester and this guy went into the housing authority part of this same building and called the police. A guy came that don't like me, Sergeant Percy Owens, black, and two other white police that don't like me. Not saying all the police don't like me. I know the chief and the captain don't. But they went and told them that me and my cameraman, this guy said we was fumbling with cars, saying I was trying to put explosives in the cars. They already said that I was trying to blow the school up, but they never brought it to me because of what they let a white bus driver do to my 5-year-old child February the 1st, 2012, and they did nothing about it. And the police resource officer for the Charleston R1 school district, Brenda Bedford, questioned my daughter without my permission, without my presence, without my knowledge, to try to force her to change her story to say the bus driver was just trying to help her. Frank Ellis, the assistant principal, did the same thing. To this day, my two daughters seeing a child psychologist because of what happened to them in that school. And I had to take them out after they finished May the 17th of 2012. And I had been forced to homeschool them at my home myself and with other people, a few other people helping me, because I tried to put them in a St. Henry's Catholic school here in Charleston, Missouri back in 2012. And they told me my children was on 12 on the list. And then they got together with Charleston, Missouri school. And then they told me, well, Raymond, they're not going to get in here. I tried the Christian Academy in Charleston and Sykes in Missouri and talked to the principal. His last name is Self. He told me the same thing, that he was going to look into it and check with Charleston. But then he called me back. Well, I called him and he told me, well, we don't have any room or they won't be able to get in. But then I did some research that someone by the name Self that works in City Hall in Charleston, Missouri. So it's all connected in the Boot Hill, Southeast Missouri. You see, they trying to shut me down any way they can, but they can't. I'm asking for y'all help in Washington, D.C. I'm asking for the help of all investigative reporters. I'm asking for the help of any media attention, anybody that know anybody that would focus here to see. I have documents to show they conspired. Look at my YouTube videos. Google up on YouTube, Raymond Ivy YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook, Raymond.Ivy.5 at Facebook.com. I have more information. I want you to focus on Charleston, Missouri. These people, they cruel. They doing all they can to shut down voices. Other people are scared to talk up. But I have documents to show. My daughters was harmed with some of this same thing, some of these same polices that I mentioned come in my house and gave my kids to their mother, who, if you look her up in Chicago, and you'll see that ain't no way they should have gave her my children's back. May the 19th, a little after midnight of 2008, when she had already had children's taken away. She had another child after they did that to mine, and he got taken away from her. I leave y'all as I came, with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be upon you.